Alright, number 29 says find the value of x and y. As we look at this, our angle pairs, we can see that 3x plus 1 and 154 are vertical angles, so they should be congruent to each other, or they are congruent to each other. So now we'll set this up to solve. 3x equals 153. That means x will be 51. Okay. Knowing that x is 51, well, not really knowing that x is 51, these two angles make up a straight line or a straight angle. So we know that 13y plus 154 should equal 180. So 13y then will equal 26, and y will be 2. So x is 51, y is 2. Number 30 says Sarah wanted to measure the height of her school's, move this up. Okay, wanted to measure the height of her school's flagpole. She placed a mirror on the ground 52 feet away from the flagpole. So here we go, flagpole. Placed a mirror on the ground 52 feet away. Alright, then she walked backwards until she was able to see the top of the flagpole in the mirror. So she walked back until she was able to see the top of the flagpole in the mirror. Her height was 5.5 feet above the ground. And she was 15 feet from the mirror. Alright, this is supposed to be her, my diagram. Alright, use similar triangles to find the height of the flagpole. So here we go. Because we see that these are two similar triangles because of the angles there, then we can set up our proportion and say 5.5 over 15 should be the same proportion as x over 52. Okay, 52 times 5.5 is 286. So 286 equals 15x. So divide both sides by 15, and you get 19.0666 repeating. And so the directions say to the nearest tenth of a foot, we'll just say 19.1 feet. Alright. Number 31, it says name two segments skew to TU on the diagram. So TU's here. Remember, skew means that it doesn't touch, but not because it's parallel. So some segments that don't touch and aren't parallel, WX, ZY, SW, VZ. These are all lines that are skew to TU, okay? They do not intersect because they do not share a plane. Okay, number 32 says given that CB is 40, I like to label all my sides. EF is 14, AE is 17, find the perimeter of DEF. Okay, so they already told us this is 14. This is 17, this is 17. Remember that these are all mid-segments, or you can see that these are all mid-segments, and mid-segments are half of the side that they're parallel to. So, we can find DE because we're given this whole side of 40, so DE would be 20. And we can find DF because this whole side is 34, it's 17. So we add these three numbers together, 20 plus 17 plus 14, that gives us 51. So the perimeter of triangle DEF would be 51. Okay. Number 33 says, write the inverse of this conditional statement. If two lines intersect at right angles, then the lines are perpendicular. The inverse would be if two lines do not intersect. Okay, inverse meaning that we're negating at right angles. Comma. Then the lines are not perpendicular. So again, as you're looking through this study guide, you say, hey, they had a question about inverses. Maybe I should know about contrapositives. Maybe I should revisit converses. What's a conditional statement? What's a biconditional? Okay. All right. Number 34 says, write the contrapositive of this conditional statement. If an angle is acute, then it measures between 0 and 90 degrees. Okay. So the contrapositive, we flip the hypothesis and the conclusion and negate them both. So we say if an angle does not measure between 0 and 90 degrees, an angle doesn't measure between 0 and 90 degrees, then it is not an acute angle. Okay. 35 says a triangle has side lengths 4, 4, and 7. Classify the triangle according to the sides. Okay, so 4, 4, and 7, we see that two sides are the same. Based on the sides, we would call this an isosceles triangle. Isosceles. 36 says, given the statement, an obtuse angle is an angle with the measure between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, write this statement as a conditional and write the converse. If both are true, write the definition as a biconditional. So our conditional goes like this. I'll actually just say it out loud to save some time on this video. The conditional here would be if an angle is obtuse, then its measure is between 90 and 180 degrees. Okay. Our converse. If an angle's measure is between 90 and 180 degrees, then it is obtuse. And our biconditional will go, an angle is obtuse if and only if its measure is between 90 and 180 degrees. All right, number 37. Says find the length of the altitude drawn to the hypotenuse. Express your answer in simplest radical form. So here we go. This is similarity in right triangles. We have this altitude. This is the altitude. It is the geometric mean between 4 and 21. So we can set up this proportion. Get x squared equals 84. Take the square root. Both sides to find out what x will be. As we break that down, we get to 4 and 21, okay, which 7 and 3, all right, 2 and 2. So we can say that x would be 2 radical 21. (38) says the rectangles are similar. Find the values of y. So the rectangles are similar. I'm going to make sure that I have 5 over 8. Equals 12 over y plus 3. Cross multiply, 96 equals 5y plus 15. Subtract 15 from both sides. We'll get 5y equals 81. Divide by 5, and y will equal 16.2. Number 39 says find the value of x. This is the corollary to the side splitter theorem. They told us that this whole side's 11, and so I can see that this is 5. And so I have a portion basically already set up for me visually, but 6 over 5 should be the same as 2x plus 4 over x plus 6. Cross multiply, 10x plus 20 equals 6x plus 36. 4x equals 16. X will equal 4. All right.